received the text while reviewing sensor array specs at Horizon Defense Systems in Phoenix, Arizona. The desert sun beat down outside as I glanced at my phone. Sold those dusty old stock certificates cluttering my garage. Got $3,500 cash. You're welcome, Ethan. It was from my older brother Brandon. My stomach dropped. Those weren't worthless papers. They were my restricted shares from Horizon, compensation for my work on classified defense technology. I'd left the physical certificates with him for safekeeping during my final Army deployment overseas 2 years earlier. I'd explained everything clearly. They had strict federal trading restrictions because of national security. Selling them without authorization was illegal under SEC rules governing restricted securities and DoD guidelines on protected assets. I stepped out and called my attorney. David, Brandon just sold my protected stocks on the open market. David's voice was serious. This is federal securities fraud and theft of restricted assets, Ethan. We notify the SEC immediately. Don't contact him. The investigation moved fast. FBI agents visited my office and Brandon's home in Mesa. They determined it wasn't espionage, just incredibly poor judgment driven by his struggling construction business after the supply chain crunch and long-standing resentment toward my success. But the law was clear: you can't sell someone else's property, especially not government-protected securities tied to national defense tech. The family fallout was brutal. Mom called crying, "He's your blood, Ethan. Talk to the prosecutors." Extended family in our tight-knit Arizona community accused me of betrayal. Only my younger sister Lauren stood by me, saying, "Actions have consequences, even for family." Brandon faced charges, but his lawyer negotiated a plea deal: 3 years probation, $150,000 in fines and full restitution to me over time, plus mandatory financial literacy classes. No prison, but a permanent mark on his record. 6 months later, Brandon showed up at my door looking humbled, eyes red from lack of sleep. "I need to own this, little brother. I dismissed your warnings because I was desperate and arrogant. I saw easy money instead of your trust. I've started making payments, I'm in counseling, and I'm teaching my kids better. I'm truly sorry for disrespecting you and breaking the law." It took time, but his consistent effort, making every restitution payment on time and showing up for family dinners without excuses, softened something in me. We weren't the same carefree brothers from childhood, but we began rebuilding slowly over backyard barbecues and honest talks about jealousy, pressure, and what brotherhood really means in the American West. This ordeal taught our family a quiet lesson: real love sometimes means letting someone face the music instead of shielding them from it. Family bonds grow strongest when built on respect, boundaries, and the courage to forgive once someone has truly learned. Those stocks weren't just investments, they were a wake-up call about what truly holds us together when everything else falls apart.